Call it a rematch, if you will, between O'Connor and Reagan. The teams faced last year in the playoffs. The Panthers got the victory over the Rattlers, but now this year they're playing in the first round. O'Connor undefeated, the second straight season that they are undefeated. They're 10-0 coming into today. As far as Reagan, they're 8-2, both really good teams, and both squads know it's do or die.
Yeah, obviously, we're going to do whatever we can or whatever we need to do to win the football game. And if that means come up with 100 tricks, or if that means we do, our base stuff, that's what we're going to do, because there's no point in it's kind of like taking a timeout, into halftime. They're not going to give it to you, so we're going to throw everything that we have at these guys Friday night, and if we're good enough, we'll get a chance to play another game.
We've been in a lot of close games this season. We've won 5 of the 6 one-score games. We've come away with a victory, and these guys have shown a lot of determination and grit throughout the season, and just found ways to fight. Even when we were down, found ways to just continue to strive and make sure we're there in the fourth quarter. Make or break game. It's an opportunity for us to extend our season. Everybody is pretty much 0-0. That's what I just told these guys. 50% of the teams in the playoffs on Friday night will probably be hanging up their helmet. We want to make sure that we're not one of those teams.
O'Connor made it all the way to the state semifinals last year. Now the Rattlers this time around trying to upset them so that doesn't happen again. Whoever wins tonight between O'Connor and the Rattlers are likely to face Judson next week. Like I said earlier, too many good teams facing each other way early in these playoffs. Reporting at Ferris Stadium, I'm Adriana Torres for Sports2Nite. Let's check in with Koral Riggs at another exciting playoff football game.
Thank you, Adriana. Over at Comalander Stadium, we're getting ready for another District 27 and 28 6A matchup. However, this time we move it over the Division II playoff bracket. The Johnson Jags host the Brennan Bears, both who finished third in their districts. The Johnson Jags are looking to bounce back from a 49-28 loss to district champions Madison last Friday. Johnson's head coach, Ron Ritterman, says the team's been able to find their rhythm throughout district play, and they're ready to take it up a notch.
I know personally for me, it's a higher intensity, and just for the rest of my team, it's also a high intensity because it's not guaranteed next week anymore. It's a much more high level game. You got to play your hardest, because if you lose, you go home.
Well, the game's still the game. You take one play at a time and try to execute, and 11 guys as one, and all those things that you hear. But the difference about playoff football in high school is it's sudden death, and you're playing for your season. You're playing for your teammates. You're playing for your brothers. That you get to continue. And what a great environment and atmosphere and opportunity for any young man to go through that, and hopefully it makes him a better person and a better player by the end of the game. All right.
Kickoff is set for 7:30, but at 7, we'll be right back here to give you another preview of the matchup. From Comalander Stadium with Sports2Nite, I'm Koral Riggs.